Hello and welcome to Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and it's Monday, May 22nd. New Tesla Model Ys built with BYD batteries at Gigafactory Berlin actually show to be charging significantly quicker than the previous versions. The new Model Ys with these cells recently went into production at Berlin, and now Tesla fans on the local German TFF forum are already finding differences. The new cells appear to be able to maintain a faster charge rate and an overall higher charge rate, getting a lower charge time with the whole session. It's important to note that many factors actually affect a charging session, so it's not a total lock on a new feature. Based on the chart that they showed, it looks like it's able to maintain 170 kilowatts through 50% state of charge and 100 kilowatts at about 70% state of charge. Should bring you up to about 80% in less than 30 minutes in most cases. This winter should be a very good time to get some data, as cold weather affects charge rate. After a series of accidents, some Tesla drivers are again claiming that Tesla cars are accelerating all by themselves. Various accusations, formal and informal, have been lobbed against Tesla for unintended acceleration, though investigations from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and also third-party groups have found that the cases were actually driver error. But now a resurgence has occurred as two incidents from earlier this year are being released. One claims something was wrong with the car, however there's no evidence for that one quite yet. The driver was actually charged with negligent driving, maybe they're trying to get out of it. The other incident has actually become a lawsuit in which they write, quote, "He had his foot on the brake, he put the car into drive, took his foot off the brake, and the car jumped forward." Now, details on the lawsuit are yet to be discovered, but in the meantime, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration does remind the public that about 16,000 crashes occur every year just from pedal misapplication, no matter what car it is. Boston Dynamics CEO Robert Plater has commented on TeslaBot, saying that the humanoid robot project actually reignited some competition within the company. Ever since Tesla announced its humanoid robot project, it's often been compared with Boston Dynamics, which is actually recognized as a leader in robotics. In a recent podcast, the CEO said that the company specifically released a video of their robot picking up and hauling heavy objects in a dynamic environment, and went on to say that they have plans for changing this humanoid robot to have more like human hands. Now, when asked about the cost and how Tesla is focusing on bringing the cost down, the CEO did admit that Tesla is in a great position by leveraging what it learned from the benefits of electric vehicle scale, and he also noted that Boston Dynamics does have the benefit of being backed by a different automaker, Hyundai. Ford detailed its second-generation electric vehicles, including a new full-size pickup and a 3-row SUV electric vehicle. According to Ford, the electric truck will focus on efficiency with minimal trims and a streamlined manufacturing process designed to reduce costs across the board. Sounds a little familiar. Its next 3-row electric SUV, Ford says, is designed for road trips with a spacious interior and up to 350 miles of range, although there are some limits because Ford ruled out the idea of an electric Expedition, saying that that would be too big and require too many battery resources. Now instead, this new electric SUV will be 1/3 the size and maximize tire and propulsion efficiency for better range. Now, to cut costs, Ford says that their next-generation battery platform will be due out in 2025 and will offer advanced technology and software, including potential Level 3 autonomy. Good thing they said potential, right? Ford aims to build 2 million electric vehicles annually by 2026 by doing vertical integration of their supply chain, including the new Blue Oval City EV mega campus. So far, Ford claims to have secured 90% of the nickel and lithium needed while revealing their partnerships with 3 major lithium makers, including Albemarle, SQM, and Nemaska. Now, as a result, they say that battery supply will not be a bottleneck in the future. This next one is actually quite interesting. Ford is introducing a new distribution model, saying that customers will be able to skip negotiation prices at the dealership and flexible purchase options, including replenishment centers designed to accelerate deliveries. If that means what I think it means, then Ford dealerships will have to compete with Ford itself. And I can't say I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Electrek takes a first drive in the Audi Q8 e-tron. And while this is a new e-tron from a model name standpoint, it by no means is a complete revamp of last year's version. That being said, there's much to be excited about if you are an Audi e-tron fan and you're in the market for a new ride. The most important change to note is the significantly higher energy density in the batteries, offering consumers more range and better charging. If you're already driving an e-tron, you might not see enough differences to look at an upgrade just yet, unless you're looking for that little bit more range. Either way, the Q8 e-tron is further evidence that Audi is serious about EVs and their future, and is continuing to innovate in order to try and give customers the very best. BMW USA just shared that a model update for the summer of 2023 will include 2 new electric vehicle variants out by the end of the year. First is BMW's lower-priced all-wheel drive version of the i4 Grand Coupe, and then a rear-wheel drive version of the new i7 EV. Those models will also feature new operating systems from BMW called the iDrive 8.5. Now, the new 4th version of the i4 is called the i4 xDrive 40, and it's positioned between the dual-motor i4 M50 and the single-motor i4 eDrive 40. Hopefully that makes sense. The new i7 in rear-wheel drive is called the i7 eDrive 50, and it has a starting price significantly lower than the i7 xDrive 60. Lastly, BMW offered a sneak peek of their latest operating system and said that the production versions will begin this July. General Motors just announced the new Cadillac Escalade IQ EV, not to be confused with EQ from Mercedes. Now, not much is known about the vehicle quite yet, as it is likely that General Motors will just drop a few details until they have more information at an event later in the year. The Escalade is Cadillac's best-selling model, and it's the only existing badge to have an electric version in the Cadillac side, which is a little bit of exciting news. Although, does the world really need more hulking, monstrous electric vehicles from General Motors? Where will this be placed in comparison to the GMC Hummer EV? If it's using the same battery platform and weighs 9,000 pounds, then it won't stay Cadillac's best-selling vehicle for very long. In today's community comment found on YouTube, Blind Meat Shield asks, "Lol, love your work. Can we have a psychedelic-themed show ending?" Well, Blind Meat Shield, why not? Analysts weigh in with General Motors and Ford and talk about them hitting their EV targets. Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas questioned Ford CEO Jim Farley on their targets, saying,
Don't fight it. Go with it. Surrender. Relax your mind and look downstream.
In today's community comment found on YouTube,